We really appreciate you. And today we got an episode full of the most controversial topics going around sports, pop culture, the internet, all of that good stuff. I am your host, Omar, the Street Professor Fonseca, and I got two of my really, really great, one is a really long-time friend. The other one is a great streaming partner, hopefully another long-time friend in the future, but two really great people that we got on today, and then some others joining in a little bit. So first, I forgot to put that stream overlay up. But first, let me bring in my brother from another, known him for a long time. He is the Combat Sports Insider, UFC Boxing. He partnered with me yesterday in partnership with Skywalker Boxing Media. Shout out to them and the Country Box event yesterday. Yes, my brother, how did you like that? I saw you on commentary. How do we feel?
Oh, it was fun. I love that. That is fun. I'm glad Skywalker reached out, linking up with him, Josh and Ernest from 86 Boxing. That we have fun doing the Country Box. I need to come down there. You know what I'm saying? I might jump in the ring. You never know. I'm not going to fight. I just want to jump in and jump out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a Royal Rumble and just get in there, do a clothesline or something and get up out of there,
Look, all I got to say is if you jumped in there, you may be more well qualified from some of those boxers that were in that ring last night.
Well, shout out to you because you were able to secure interviews with the fighters, the owner. You got an interview with Christy Martin and Albert Hainsworth, who was doing guest commentary there as well. Yeah. Check your boy out. Omar's killing it down there. All right.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you hyping me up there. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it was cool. I actually got to kick it with Christy Martin and talk with her for like 30 minutes. Her and her Pomeranian. She was like talking to me off the record about all the boxing stuff she thinks. So I think we're going to make good friends there, me and her. And then next we are going to bring in our boy, you know him well here on Ball and Buds channel from I.O.W. Sports Network, our brother, Wild Car Mar. What is good? What is good?
Man, you already know what it is, man. Here we are, another B&B I.O.W. Sports collaboration, man. It's a domination. We about to take over the podcast game, man. I better pay attention. Always a pleasure to be here with my bros.
Tell them. Say it louder for the people in the back. We are going to the top, and y'all better know that we are going to be there, and y'all are going to see us up there. We all going to be there together. That being said, go ahead and promote all your channels, my brother, please.
No doubt. Obviously, I do a lot of collaboration, so shout out to all my people. I collab with my man Bobby G, Audible Podcast, 613 Faith Productions over there with D-Man Cave, Sports Podcast, as well as In the Four Corners of Wrestling. My man Rod Uncensored, always a pleasure to tap in with him. Yeah, man. But hey, like I said, it's a B&B and I.O.W. Sports collaboration. So shout out to my I.O.W. family. Shout out to my brothers, Clubber D, Omar. Like I said, It's a world domination, man. We about to take it over. You better get with it. Shout out Tony Savant. I can't forget about my man
Tony. Ain't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he good people's man. Man down sports, man. Like, hey, just going over to my Twitter page, man. Like I said, I got more podcasts than Jamaican Got Jobs, so check in with me, man.
I mean, if you ever turn the YouTube on, you may be liable to see Wildcard Mar talking because he is usually on there multiple times per day, per week. So he is a working man's man, and I like that a lot. So appreciate that pause. Wow, we're going to get a lot of that pause today, I'm sure, because it's not just going to be sports topics we're talking about today. We got a lot of different things we're going to touch on.
Bo knows, but did it. So I'm going to say.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're going to be joined in a little while as well by our other I.O.W. sports partner, Detroit Mel, and then hopefully our bottom line sports partner, Canteen, wanted to join, so he might even jump on. So we'll see that. Make sure you all subscribe and join at the Bottom Line Sports on Facebook to stay tuned with that. And as well, Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS. Subscribe on YouTube. Thank you, Flo, for sharing on the Bottom Line Sports page. So if you're subscribed there, you can see it there. If not, you can go subscribe and watch it there. All right, let's jump into this, get this started because we got football in a little bit. So first of all, huge fight weekend this weekend. We had the UFC 306 Noche in the Spear. And then we also had the huge Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga fight. So where do you want to start, Clubber D? You are a combat sports expert. Where do you want to start, UFC or boxing here?
We'll start with UFC. We'll start with UFC. So that one's easier.
All right.
Yeah.
And so we had the co-main and the main event there, right? And as most people would say, to most people, there wasn't as much action as they would like. I will let you elaborate on that. But we had Alexa Grasso, who lost her title back to the queen, Valentina Shevchenko, and I must boast you up as you boast me up, my friend. You are undefeated in your picks this weekend. Undefeated.
That's right. I told you I'll take notes.
And then we had Sean O'Malley.
Take notes.
Take notes.
Yep. And then we had Sean O'Malley losing to the Machine. Not even going to try that name, on a decision of the cards 49-46, 48-47, 48-47. Some people had some problems with that card or with those cards. How'd you feel about the fight and the UFC this weekend?
It was pretty good. Pretty good card. I got a little echo. There we go. So I would say this about the card was pretty good. I think I forgot the young lady's name with the big gash cut. She got like the jigsaw looking stitches through her face. Her name's drawing a blank right now, but it's kind of what I called. I thought Valentina would win that fight. She almost got caught in a lot of submissions, but she got out of them. Grasso just wasn't that aggressive. You had Lopez basically whoop up on my boy Brian Ortega. When he hit him with the hook, he knocked him out because his knees started doing a Tootsie Roll. And then when he fell down, he hit him again with the left and woke him back up. It reminded me of Fury going against Wilder in the first fight when he knocked him out and woke him back up before he hit the bat. Whooped his tail. T-City might be a lot. And Marat, Jesus, I told everybody if O'Malley does not knock him out, he is going to get drugged all 5 rounds. And the thing that he did after, I think it was the second round. So in the second round of the I.O.W fight, O'Malley's corner was yelling out, "Go I.O.W, go I.O.W!" So he stand up with him and be open and get caught. They tried that with Marat. That's why Marat was like, fuck you after the first round, because they try to bait him to getting wild and stand up with O'Malley because his wrestling is garbage. But you know what I'm saying? The fights kind of went the way I thought they would go. But it was a good fight for a good showing. The Sphere looks amazing. I wish I was there. We need to tighten up on our budget so I can start going to these fights again. But it was a good card. Even though they had boxing down the street, UFC put on a good show. And shout out to Dana White because he just announced they're about to start doing boxing. Finally, he's jumping in that game. So UFC's on the up and up right now.
Yeah, I must say, I saw a little bit of the actual pay-per-view and the presentation in the Sphere in between rounds when they're playing that Mexican themed Independence video, and just how amazing it was to look at. Like when they had the landscapes and stuff, it actually looked like you were out there and eagles are flying above you and shit. So the Sphere in general was just an amazing, just blow your mind kind of shit. And then the fights themselves obviously may not have lived up to everyone's hype, but they were still there. Mar, did you have any thoughts on that 306 Noche in the Sphere?
I didn't catch a lot of the action, but the guy that and forgive me for not trying to pronounce his name. I don't want to butcher it up. That defeated Sugar.
Dalaswale.
Yeah, Dalaswale. He reminds me.
Machine.
Yeah, Machine. So he reminds me of a little bit of Khabib, just a little bit. And so when I kind of was looking at his highlight tape, I'm like, oh, I'm not surprised he won. He kind of reminds me of Khabib and some of them crazy Europeans that be out there in the middle of the woods fighting bears and shit. I'm like, I'm not surprised he won. So he just because he kind of gives me that Khabib kind of similarities, I could probably see this guy holding on to that belt for a minute until somebody can figure how to solve that jigsaw puzzle of his wrestling abilities. And it's going to be a minute before that, because we got to remember Khabib. I mean, if he didn't retire and walked away from the UFC, he probably could have hung on to that belt as long as he wanted, because his wrestling was that elite. It was that top tier. Like if you don't get that guy, knock him out, and you don't get your points in before the rounds in, man, it's a problem. But no, we'll see how long he's able to hold on to the belt. When you got elite wrestling abilities like that, man, it's kind of hard to defeat a guy so talented with his wrestling skills like that. You got to knock his ass out. If you don't catch him, good luck. So, but now UFC, I agree with you, Omar. The presentation in the spear was top notch. The way that they did the entrances, the way that the guys were coming out to the ring, and hey, they had the video package. The spear is amazing. I can't wait to get to Vegas and check that thing out for any kind of event that they got going on. It doesn't even have to be UFC, just whatever event they got going on. That looks dope for real. So now UFC, hey, they played it smart because if I correct me if I'm wrong, Clubber D, they weren't even supposed to be in the spear. It was a pivot, and Dana White turned and made the best out of that situation. So take it.
Well, it was a date thing because they knew Canelo was coming to Vegas, but that was the only date they can actually get the sphere for. And Turkey Al-Sheikh, who was there in attendance along with Bud Crawford and Teofimo Lopez, a lot of other guys
Crawford
there.
Or is that Kendrick Lamar? You sure?
Oh, so I'm sorry. So my bad. Kendrick was there. You know what I'm saying? He was next to Schoolboy Q and all them. You know what I'm saying? Because they all look alike to me. You know, they all look alike. You know, but he was there next to Turkey Al-Sheikh. So this was part of Riyadh season. So he basically is boxing Canelo out. Whenever Canelo has a card, he's gonna put the money up to say, no, we got this. We won't take money from you because you're ducking Terrence Crawford. So he's gonna keep doing stuff like this the next time Canelo fights somebody that's not named Terrence Crawford or David Benavidez. So that was mad petty, but I love it because you're forcing fighters to fight who they need to fight. They said they lost 20 million, but at the gate, I think they made like 22 million at the gate. So they got their money back. They're Turkey Al-Sheikh got
that's exactly
money. So
that's exactly what I was going to say. I remember we talked about that, how they were supposed to be losing the money, but I read that they made 22 million just like you at the gate.
Yeah.
I mean, to put on an event like that costs a lot of money. So the fact that they even made their money back and could hold it there to have that spectacle allows them to now further expand their audience. Whoever may have, been maybe a novice fan or a younger fan that saw that and now is like, okay, all in on UFC. So going back around, because we didn't get Clever D, your assessment of the boxing match. We had Canelo Alvarez in a one-sided decision over my Puerto Rican countrymen and brethren, Edgar Berlanga.
He's from New York.
He got knocked down and everything. You know what? He's still Puerto Rican. He got knocked down and everything. It was 118, 109 on two cards, 119, 110, a complete domination. What are your thoughts on that one? I'm going to jump out real quick so I can reset my headset. I'll be right back.
First and foremost, with that card, Caleb Plant and Trevor Cumbie put on a show. Okay, that was the first time. I still don't know the answer to this question. When is the last time we had two American white fighters fight on pay-per-view against each other? I'm still trying to figure that out, and I'm all for it. Hey, more white fighters, come on out. American fighters, come on out. But they put on a show. That was a good fight. I said this. I thought that Danny Garcia's age, being younger than Lara, even though they both were inactive, he would win that fight. But I did also mention the guy already talked about quitting, and you saw what happened. He got popped upside his head, took a knee, went to the corner, told his dad, "I'm done. I don't want to fight no more." So I kind of knew that was going to happen, because it's this thing with fighters. Whenever you start with this whole, I don't need to do this no more, I don't need to fight, and then you take a time off and come back, the hunger's not there anymore. But this fight was kind of what we thought. I mean, Berlanga, he never fought for a world title. He's never really fought nobody of note. Why he got the Canelo fight? Because he's easy, easy person for Canelo to beat. Canelo hasn't knocked anybody out since 2019, so it's been a while. He's at stature the smaller guy going up in this fight, but he's short and stocky. So they said he was damn near he put on 20, 25 pounds for this fight. Once
heavy.
and same with a Berlanga. He came in heavy too. So it's weird how these hydration clauses are for certain fighters, but Canelo just didn't care for this guy because he was out golfing more than he was even practicing for the fight. So it's one of those things. Canelo, he's still top dog at 168 until he wants to fight somebody that will give him a run for his money. Right now, I think he's stuck between a rock and a hard place because he wants to fight the winner of Bivol and a Beterbiev, but he doesn't want to do it at 175. He wants to go at 168. And Bivol says, if I win, I want to fight you at 168 for all the belts. He doesn't mention Beterbiev. He only mentions Bivol because he knows Beterbiev will knock his block off. He might knock a freckle off. But it's Canelo's. He's kind of stuck. Now that's why he mentioned, "Oh, I wouldn't mind fighting Conor McGregor or Jake Paul or somebody like that." Like, nobody will see that. We don't. If you're the top dog, nobody will see that crap, man. Fight.
No, that's money grab. That's a money grab.
Thank you.
That's if he fights Jake Paul or Conor McGregor, that's easily not him taking an actual competitive fight. That's him taking a paycheck, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what nobody say. Hey, Canelo, Bud Crawford is in your fight, and he's trolling you. Dog, fight the man. What you scared of? What you scared of? Come on now.
I mean, at this point, he's reached out. He has to, right? Like, you can't just keep getting called out. I mean, he did with Benavidez, but I mean, come on now. Like, you want to make money. That Crawford fight is a money fight.
Oh, big money fight. Big money fight.
Well, here's the thing with that. They say that because Crawford's moving up so many weight classes, but Canelo did the same thing, moving up from 160 to fight Kovalev. And he fought him at light heavyweight when he beat Kovalev, and that was 160 to 175. So, I mean, that's 15 pounds. So Crawford's trying to do essentially the same thing coming up for 154. So the excuses are there for Canelo not to fight him, but what is your excuse of fighting Berlanga or some British guy who shouldn't even get a title shot? Or it's just it works both ways with his excuses. But as long as the belts and the commissions allow him to do it, we're stuck watching these fights.
Yeah, it's that cherry picking crap that you just pat your win-loss ratio, but we know damn well that the level of competition just ain't up to par. It is what it is. I mean, until they force these guys to take the big fights. And that's what I miss about boxing, man. Give me I'm a late 80s baby. So I remember when in the 80s that middleweight division was fighting the crap out of everybody.
Four Kings.
Yeah. They was just, it didn't matter. You take the fight.
Well, the commissions, they get a percentage of each pay-per-view buy. So each belt gets a part of Canelo's money. And that pay-per-view they say 650, so they probably fluff those numbers. I would say they probably did 400 to 500 maybe, but each belt gets a percentage of that purse. So they're not so quick to say, "Oh, Canelo will get you in there with somebody that will whoop your ass," because that person's not much of a draw as Canelo. So that's where the corruption is in boxing.
Oh yeah, and you definitely don't want to see Canelo lose to a guy that can't outsell or get the numbers up there, because they're going to look at him like, "What you doing losing to this guy?"
Look at Dana White's face when they gave him a route the belt. He was like, "You just beat my moneymaker." Dana White was hot.
Be like that, man.
Hell yeah, he was pissed, son.
He's like, "Man, take this belt, man. Get up out my."
And that's actually a great point. And I forgot to. That's a great point. And I forgot to ask that question to you. What is next for Sugar Sean O'Malley, who was proclaiming that he would be the face if he had this victory?
Knowing Dana, he'll probably get another title shot, or he'll move up to I think 155 and get it and move up there. But you can't put him in there with Islam. Islam will knock the color out of his hair. So I think he'll just stick around. He'll probably fight. If Dana doesn't give him an immediate rematch, he'll fight probably like Peter Yan, somebody like that in the top 5, and then get back up in there with a Rock.
Yeah, you got to get his confidence back.
And a similar question: who does? Yeah.
Who does?
And a similar question: who does Who? No, my bad. A similar question. Who does Canelo? I mean,
who's Canelo fight next?
did you hear me?
No.
Yeah, should he
like
take the
pausing.
Crawford fight, or who do you think he fights?
Oh yeah, we were like he already mentioned Conor McGregor, like easy money. So for him to even mention saying that he would take a Conor fight means that either Conor McGregor, I heard rumors of Chris Eubanks out in the UK, Chris Eubanks Jr. fighting him over in the UK. You know, somebody that we don't want him to fight. You know, so if it's not Benavidez, if it's not David Morrell, if it's not Terrence Crawford, I don't care. You know,
I mean,
that's
I think he really got. I think he got scared off by that Beevil loss. I think that really
he wants the winner, but only if Beevil wins. He wants the winner, but only when
right,
wins.
but only. He
don't want Benavidez. I'll tell you, he knock a freckle off him. He don't say. He'll tell you, Benavidez don't play. Your man's 20 knockouts.
What are the chances we get a Benavidez fight, and what are the chances we get a Crawford fight? Give me percentages on those.
5% Benavidez because he already moved up.
Damn.
He's already moved up. I mean, he was interim champion for 3 years. WBC never forced that action. I don't see them doing it now. Crawford, we got a better chance of Crawford because Turkey Al-Sheikh has the money to call Canelo's bluff.
Okay. All right, cool. That's what's up. Hey, and then my bad on the unceremonious entrance there, Detroit Mel. I was putting myself in and I actually hit you and put you in as well at the same time.
It is what it is. No big deal. No big deal.
Everybody, welcome from I.O.W.
What up, though?
Our brother, Detroit Mel. All right, cool. Anything else in your boxing UFC news for you, sir?
That's a spot, man. That's a spot. What's that, man?
Oh, no. I was gonna say if Clubber D had any other boxing or UFC news.
Only other boxing news I got last minute is Teofimo Lopez is kind of on that racist cheater level when he just called Gervonta Davis and Terrence Crawford both monkeys.
Here we go.
Saying, whichever monkey wants to grab the banana first is the person I'd fight. So, for them to let the last person do that crap, now the people just thinking it's cool to just talk about black folks like that. That's why they should have been hard on the racist cheater. So, yeah, so he's about to get that work by somebody. He's gonna get that.
Wait, so he's just Ryan Garcia Part 2 now. Is exactly
he's already kind of hinted there when he was like ESPN Top Rank only wants to promote the black fighters. He's always been saying that stuff. So now he's he's buddies with Garcia, doing all this stuff, trying to be relevant. So I guess he wants to get that work. His dad already got his hands put on him for using the N-word around Keyshawn Davis's crew they were training, and he tried to use the N-word, and they put them hands on him. So
hey, when will a lot of people learn? You will still get the hell out for using the N-word.
Yes, right? I don't Ryan Garcia is taking videos with corny ass John Jones, so people need to regulate this behavior so it won't keep happening where we are the only group that you can just talk about. It's right. It's getting annoying.
For real.
But
we're not protected. On the streets, don't try that. I will still knock the hell out for it. What?
Stop, homie! Don't play that. That's great.
Well, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Okay. Hey, Detroit, tell everybody what you got going on before we get into these other topics. I know you got a new project you're working on.
Man,
I want you to tell people.
I'm trying to fuck these hoes.
Okay. Not that project, sir.
Oh, not that project. Oh, my bad.
It's the wrong project.
Wrong project. My bad.
Diddy took your oil.
Right. Diddy
how much baby lotion you got in the cabinets, baby?
He got a yard sale going on with baby oil. I got the Green Wonder Network going on radio station. See, I got the hat going on. We might be getting a hookup with Ricky Smiley. So we're looking at trying to get that connection
for the morning show. Okay.
We don't know yet. We know somebody that know him, so we're gonna try to talk to him and see we can get the radio station partner with him some kind of way or moving us to Sirius FM. So we trying to work on that. I'm working on engineering the morning show on the radio station, so I'm doing that. Engineer another show with Ladies Talk. So I've been doing like 3 or 4 different shows. I got my hat in, so I've been staying busy. Staying
Hey,
busy.
Mark.
But
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
y'all
Mark,
check
you
us
can
out.
go.
You can download the app with your app store on iOS or Android store as Greenwater Network. If you like music, I got all types of music for music lovers. I did a couple of live DJ sets on there. We got live DJ one out of Jamaica, a couple in Rocky Mount, a few other places across the country. So it's got a lot of different varieties. So talk shows, music, live DJing, and more stuff to come.
Yeah, and your boy
Killing
Street
it.
Professor did a hip
Yeah.
hop set on there, so you can check out my hip hop set.
He
It's
did.
beautiful.
He did.
And I got a
He did.
classic rock one coming soon. Let's go. All right, cool. Well, thank you for that, brother. All
problem.
right,
Thank
so
you.
let's move into some other recent topics in the NBA. This feud has been going on for a while now, but just this past week they started to go back and forth a little more. As Shaq and Rudy Gobert. Shaq went on to call. So let me just say, I've got the article here. I want to make sure I quote him correctly. In August, this started when he called Gobert the worst player of all time and suggested that he wasn't worth the $250 million contract he signed. Now, whether I agree with that or not, or whether anyone else agrees with that or not,
I
Shaq
didn't take
is
no lies here.
okay. You felt where I was going with that. You saw where I was
I mean,
kind
you
of going
can
with that.
give or take a couple dollars. I mean, he in the ballpark. You know what I'm saying?
Somewhere Sean Bradley's
so-
like, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, right. Hey, man. Hey, but how far is he from Sean Bradley? I mean, they on the same block. They on the same block.
I mean, he's way
He
better.
may be around the
Defensively-
corner.
Come on now.
Maybe
I'll
around the
say
corner.
defensively,
Come on now.
he's not bad on. He's not bad on defense. He's not bad on
He-
defense.
He's just soft,
He's
man.
just soft. He's
He's
just
just
soft.
soft.
I mean, Sean Bradley was getting dunked on, ran by. I mean, yes,
My
Gobert's a
cousin
little,
called him
he's a
Big
little
Pitiful,
soft.
like him, Brendan Haywood.
I don't know who let Sean Bradley in the league. I mean,
7'6".
yeah,
Luke
something.
Gold, rest in peace.
Shit, Sean Bradley has a $100 million contract right now if he's playing. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, well, that's
Just
a whole
because of how
different story.
tall he is.
Yeah.
Shit, they had George Mirasan back when me and Clever D were in DC.
I mean, seems to beat. There's a couple big pitifuls out there. There.
Yeah.
Big pitiful.
There's a couple. Shout out to my cousin Zach who made that up. There's a lot of big pitifuls out there. Brendan
That's great.
Haywood,
Oh yeah, he used to say that all the time when we go to Wizards games. That would be great.
Jahidi
Anyways,
White. I mean, there was
who was that number one pick? The guy that never panned out. Andrew was that Bynum? No, that wasn't Bynum.
Not
Was it
Bynum.
Bynum?
No, I wasn't buying him.
No, the one
Bennett.
from Canada. The one from Bennett.
Bennett,
Something
yeah.
Bennett. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Chuck
so
Neville.
Gobert responds. Yeah, so Gobert responds. It's sad to see that someone accomplished as much as you did in both the sport and business is triggered by another man's finances and accomplishments. To which Shaq just responded with yesterday. I don't know why I said earlier. A lot of these big men, when I put out these challenges, they fail the test because they're sensitive. When I speak, I'm speaking facts. It may come out wrong. You may think I'm hating. What do you mean trying to stay relevant? I got 15 commercials. What the fuck you talking about? So, yo, Mar, we haven't heard from you in a second. We'll start with you. What you think on this?
Hey, Shaq can tell the truth, which he is, but I'm looking at this both ways. Shaq is so accomplished NBA wise and professionally wise outside the NBA. You ain't got to respond or even be intertwined in this situation. Like you're official. Now I do think he's only acting upon this just to be on some petty shit, which is it's entertainment. For
I like
us.
it. All right, I like it.
Man.
It's entertaining. It's entertaining for us as sports fans that know Shaq
Right.
from his sporting days. Watch him, follow him on TNT. It's entertainment, but if you actually look at the grand scheme of things, he's so accomplished that he doesn't have to. I think this is just him bored. This is literally him bored. That's what I think it is. And Rudy Gobert is like he's the low hanging fruit, so he usually gets a lot of fun. Of
That's
Shaq's.
what it is. Yep.
And to be honest, if I'm Rudy Gobert, I would take it as a challenge to shut Shaq up. because you done nothing to shut him up, because everything he's been saying, you've given him every ammunition and reason to say it. I mean, you got all this money. Only thing I've seen you done is get dunked on, nuts in your face, and you get choked.
Nuts in your mouth.
When he grabbed Embiid like that, like, bro, why are you grabbing a grown man? Like, what are you doing? Like,
what are you doing? So, like, Brett, like even at the Olympics, like you said, he grabbed another man and put his in some nuts. Like, what are you doing? Like
the world's watching, not regional. The world is watching.
So Gobert, why don't you do something about it? Like, take it as a challenge to shut Shaq up, but you keep giving them reasons to be petty with you. So but hey, it's entertainment for Shaq. Like I said, he's bored, and that's just what I see. So yeah, man, it's entertainment. It's hilarious though.
I mean, it is hilarious. He is low-hanging fruit, right? He's the easy target here. And I wonder, and I want y'all to answer this too. We'll hit you next, Mel, and then get to Clubber D. But how much does him being the COVID, first one, the rat that what do they call it? What do they call him? The exactly. There you go. Ground zero, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How much does that contribute to people not liking him?
I mean, it's probably started it because them going around touching all the mics and that stupid shit. Stupid. Here's my thing, man. You can do stupid shit, and then when you win, it erases all that. When you play good, it erases all that. When you do stupid shit and then play like you doing stupid shit, this happens. You know what I'm saying?
Like you're doing stupid shit. It's hilarious.
I think with Shaq, man, it's just like it's like 50 Cent, just like the troll. You know what I'm saying? Just some people just like to troll. It's something I like to do. And then when you make it easy like this, I'm gonna take a swing at it. It's like you softball them in, I'm gonna swing. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Oh! Reckless. Clubber D, what you think about this?
For real, somewhere JaVale McGee is like, finally, he's off. JaVale McGee. Jesus, he ain't talking about me no more. And, him saying he's like the worst in the league, and I would say also, Greg Oystertag is like, whoo.
Greg Oystertag, man.
Greg Oystertag.
So it's
like, who's the guy I had the jersey for? Was it
Eric Montrose? Rest in peace.
Oh, Montrose, sorry.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. He died. Oh,
yeah, he passed. I think 2 years ago. But
he did.
But yeah, so it's one of those things where what up, Jason?
Shout out our boy Jason.
He's in Puerto Rico with the family right now. He might be back. But
hey, come visit.
So Shaq, like Mel said, Shaq's just bored. Like Mel Lamar, y'all hit the nail on the head. Shaq's bored, and he put the bait out there. Rudy Gobert bid on it. What Rudy should do. Well, he's two-time defensive player of the year. Man, he's not terrible. He is a semi-force in the paint, but this is the era with no real big men. But what he should do is just play better. Okay, punch somebody in the face. Push somebody
That's
back.
it. Just
get your respect.
Be harder.
Just play better. Just play better. What are you gonna do?
Take some boxing classes.
Yeah, he was training with Cyril Gane, the French UFC heavyweight. They were sparring. They have video of that.
Good. I hope he looked better than Stephen A. Smith did.
He's not bad. He's just
how do we correlate
about last week?
Okay.
How do we correlate then, Clubber D and others? How do we correlate that he is so soft in the post, but has yet won 4 defensive player of the year awards?
Well, how much?
Because it's a style. I think it's the style of the game of European game over American game.
Right.
Over there, they actually play defense, but they don't really do post moves. You know what I'm saying? Look at Wembanyama. They don't really do post moves. They want to shoot. So his pride coming up, his fundamentals were just, I'm playing defense.
Right.
And my post move is not going to be really sound. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's part of it. And then in the game that we play now, you just plug it up the hole,
Whoa.
That's all you do. You turn it right.
Pause. Reckless, baby. That whole good, baby.
Oh, hey. We're off the rails.
The rails have
is that some Diddy Meek Mill?
Right.
We We got there.
All right. We haven't even gotten there yet. We're not even
Right,
there.
Ring.
All right.
That's a segue.
Let's
That's a
move on.
segue.
Let's move on to this next. I want to go through this real quick. Did y'all see the Derek White incident with Colorado State? Did y'all see that? Okay.
I did see that.
I'm gonna bring up a screen.
No,
so he's in the stands. He's in the stands.
Yeah.
Can y'all see this? Can
Yeah.
y'all see this? Okay, you're not going to be able to hear it, but just watch it. So he's in the stands, and they apparently, from the story of other people around him, Derek White had been talking trash as a Colorado fan to the Colorado State fans the whole game, and apparently they started to get a little testy about it. So watch this.
A little feisty, huh?
Boom! So he hits him with a backhand. Let's go back and see that again. The old man. Yeah, no, you got to be quick. You got to be quick. Ready? So I'm going to go back to the beginning. This old man right in front of him just hits him with a back fist. Boom! Takes his hat off.
Dang.
Now, look at Derek White's boys, though. They go hard for him. They ain't going to let the millionaire get messed up. You see that? Let me go back and listen.
Scott and Zach were on it.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah, Scott and Zach. Yeah.
The thing, he didn't try to backhand him. He tried to use a marker, get that hairline. He tried to get that hairline back.
You're so stupid. No.
That's what he tried to do.
Oh, so what do we think about that craziness at a game? What do y'all think about that? Let me go ahead and stop sharing.
Well, I mean, they didn't treat Derek White like he was an athlete. They treated him like he was another fan talking shit.
Right.
So is that fair game then? Because he's in the crowd with the public?
Hey,
fair game.
Hey,
you put his pants on just like us. He puts his pants on just like us.
At that point, it's not about occupation. It's not about bank account. You in there talking shit.
Right.
You liable to get these hands for a motherfucker talking shit.
I can tell my kids, wherever you act up, where you get fucked up.
Yeah.
You
know what I'm saying?
Run up to get done up all you want. Run up to get done up.
Right.
And I love how it was like an old 50-year-old white dude. And then the part that got me the best. I mean, Derek White needs to tip his boys. Because his boys went down and we're like, nah, we ain't gonna let you hang. We got this. Don't worry.
Hey, shout out to Derek White's boys, because when you a public figure, sometimes it's better to have people on the payroll to handle situations for you than you do it yourself.
He don't want to get arrested for assault or nothing like that. Get a lawsuit. Yeah.
You don't take that lawsuit. You don't take that assault charge. Hey. Don't worry, homie. I'm gonna bail you out if something really goes down. Don't worry, I got you. But now, shout out to his boys handling that situation. But nah, man. Hey, you don't get special treatment. You in the crowd talking shit,
right?
You get popped, bro. You liable.
You know how it go. You know how it go. You in a hostile territory. You running your mouth. You already know how it go. So you be prepared.
Not everybody's Marvin Harrison Sr.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When he was at that car wash and got the
right
going out the blicky running down the street, you know what I'm saying? Like him.
Hey, run up on Harrison if you want.
Yeah. Run up on Marvin Harrison Sr. Don't mess with that man.
Right. Run up on Marvin Harrison if you want to. Hey,
you got killed in
real quick. I found out real quick that he got the blicky not too far from him. He will pop you, dog. You all right?
So bucket grab the joint, ran down the street. I said, oh.
Hey, but also he was in Philly, so I understand why he had the blicky.
Right.
Understand why he had the blicky with. He was
not Murder Mace, but Murder Marvin over here.
Mild mannered, quiet dude. You know what I'm saying? Don't mess with nobody. But if you mess with him,
those are the ones. What do you mean?
Right.
Those are the ones. Yeah,
really?
The quiet ones you gotta watch out for. That's why some of them become school shooters. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look at this. Man down, tuning in, says, whoa, a Mel site.
Uh-oh.
What up, though?
I know you've been working so much, ain't nobody seen you.
Man, I've been in the background doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Hey,
where they indict niggas around here. I'm standing out the limelight.
Hey, make sure y'all tap in with Man Down Sports. Mel and them and the crew got NBA coming up. Best NBA show on YouTube, hands down. Y'all make sure you tap in with Man Down. Sorry, Clever D. Go ahead.
Don't be like Kilpatrick. You know what I'm saying? I got family up in Detroit. Don't be
I ain't trying to be like I got no respect for him. He endorsing Trump now, so I ain't got no respect for him.
Oh yeah, he sure did. Well, Diamond and Silk, they from up there too, so you know it is.
Oh, jeez,
messing us up.
Let's not get into
I voted for that Negro too.
Got a couple of scarecrows out there. Chucking and driving.
You know what? No, thank you, Clever D. This is the perfect segue. I was gonna do this topic last because it is the most controversial topic of the actual day. Like, this news just came out a few hours ago. Republican Governor Mark Robinson from North Carolina said, we'll get into the whole story, but basically he has quotes of him saying that he would be a black Nazi, which by the way is contradictory as shit and isn't even possible. He also said he would own slaves himself if it were, and all of this, by the way, was done under screen names on a pornographic hub website, not Pornhub itself, but a place called Nude Africa, where he posted.
Say that again, write that down.
Nude Africa.
Nude Africa.
Is he just trolling, like trying to be Uncle Ruckus, just trying to have fun?
Right. I don't know. So, anyways, he's on this website, and the way they found this out is because it's the same exact screen name. It had his email, had his full name. Which, by the way, why are you doing that on a pornographic website, dude? Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Anyways, and it matched all his other screen names and emails everywhere. So they called him out. He denies it. But anyways, long story short, if it is him in these things, he claims that if the Nazis came back, he would be a black Nazi and that he would want to own slaves, which we know is not possible because he would be a slave himself. What do y'all think about this?
The Nazis didn't like blacks either, so how was he going to be a Nazi?
Thank you.
So how is that going to happen? I'm not understanding.
Thoughts, gentlemen. Go ahead. Go around the
Go ahead.
You go ahead, Mel. No,
I mean, the whole thing is ludicrous, man. I mean, either he trolling or he's an idiot, because there's stuff he said might be a mixture of both, right? I mean, first of all, we will be a Nazi in which way? That's first I'd answer. In which way would you be a Nazi? Not even the obvious that you can't be, but
right,
like Bixby,
right. Right, you know, like you're not gonna like Jews, you're not gonna like gays. I mean,
he said Clayton Bixby.
I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid, and it just shows you how dumb some of these black people are when it comes to following Trump.
You still
yeah. No matter what you are, like, I mean, you know, like Jay-Z saying the song,
yep,
nigga, po nigga, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. You still a nigga. It doesn't matter. So you can be a coon nigga. You still a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't. One thing I don't like is that I don't like when a black person will make money at the behest of making fun of black folks in front of white folks. Like
right.
What she did.
Yep.
That's cool at its finest.
You can be a Republican. That's perfectly fine. You can be a Republican. There's nothing wrong being a Republican.
Right.
But if you do it to the extent to where you have to put down your own people, that's where I draw the line. And I'm like, oh, you making it bad for regular black Republicans.
Right.
Because if you're in that tax bracket and the local government does things for you, there's nothing wrong with
it. Makes sense. It makes sense.
But you don't have to drink the juice and just follow everything. Just like a liberal, you do not have to drink the juice and follow everything they do.
Right.
Like, it's just so annoying when I see this stuff like online. People just, that's why I don't say nothing about politics online. I got into it. I had a page get canceled a long time ago going to it against somebody, a Trump supporter, about a cop killing a black person, and he's like, "Well, the guy deserved to die. His past priors, da da da." Like, that's not Judge Dredd. Like, they decide if they live or die. Like, that means nothing. So I was like, I'm not going to argue with people online about their political views. Have fun. I don't care, but use common sense. That's what I say. And for this brother to do this, he must know that. You see what they're doing to cancels, how they do what they do. They what's the word when you can't make money off of Instagram or YouTube?
Oh, they shadow ban you.
Not shadow ban, deplatform, de-something her.
Oh, deplatform, deplatform.
Yeah, okay. She doesn't make no money because she's been going to Israel. I'm like, sweetheart, oh yeah, they got her. They got her.
I saw that.
You are not the complexion for protection. Her fresh and fit. You are not the complexion for protection. Keep talking stuff about them. You are not protected. Okay. Ben Shapiro fired your ass, and then look like and then she admitted that she was basically like told to talk about black people. Like I'm about to get on some other stuff, but homie's a dummy.
Hey, that's why we're here.
And then he's a politician on top of that. So he's not even just like a regular Joe like us. He's a politician with these stupid views.
Yeah.
That's what makes it even worse to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. you can feel how you want, like Cardi B said about being a right.
Uncle Ruckus. Shucking and driving.
Shucking and jiving. Yeah.
That shit gets on my nerves, man.
Old Uncle Ruckus.
Hey, for real. Hey, man, that's crazy. It's still 2024. We got motherfuckers still shucking and jiving, trying to think that, hey, nobody call nobody else master no more, but you ain't got a job like you got one. Like,
yes, boss. Yes, a boss.
Yes, a boss.
People don't understand the value of Uncle Ruckus's character and
right.
Samuel Jackson from Django. Like when people that aren't from our culture see that, like, oh, he's just a bad guy. That's real. Like y'all don't understand the meaning. Like, there's a lot of them.
A lot of
that shit all the time, man. It's wild.
Yo,
I
wish I
from North Carolina. Mel can tell you, dog. There's some special people out in North Carolina, man.
A lot of shuckers and drivers down here.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
Special people in North Carolina. I ain't surprised.
I mean, some of it, you know, I ain't gonna get too deep in, but some of it just comes from, you know, being in the culture of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
You still you carrying that trauma over with some of them beliefs and all that thing, and you see it affected people in the North different than it did in the South. You know, because you know some of the people came up there, and you know, so it affects them different. I see the ones in the North act a different way. You can see the effects of it, but it's a different response. Right. Down here, it's a different response where it's more like we still under that oppression of the taskmaster. You know, we still got to shuck and drive. We still got to a boss, and that kind of thing.
It's very true because my mom and my dad, they're both from Louisiana, and where my mom, she's retired back, she's back down there, and where she lives, she's not far from Grambling where she went to school, but it's a small town, Bernice. Shout out to Bernice, where the black folks are in the middle. The white folks are on the outside. Like it's not like I'm from Northern Virginia. It's not like there's a lot of interaction.
Right.
We just stick to our own. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know me, I'll see. So hey, how you doing? And you do that. And if the person's not my complexion in that area, they or not even acknowledge. But that's like passed down stuff. Like, oh, they'll go over there. We ain't gonna mess, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not used to that, but it's still like that in the South.
It still is. Some areas it is. It's unfortunate. And then this guy becomes a politician, and now he's making laws based on those thoughts and the ideology.
Yep.
And so then you think, oh, we got a brother in there, but no, he's making laws that's going to be against you because that's how his thinking is like that. You know, his thinking is his ideology and thinking is anti-black.
As a man, Tyreek Rashid said, Tyreek, is it Tyreek Rashid?
Tyreek Rashid.
Yeah. Tether. Yeah, a lot of tethers and bed witches out there.
For really. For real.
And that was the part that stuck out with me the most was like, damn, you got all these views and now you're a politician. Like, how the hell did you even get this far as a politician? Well, I can answer that question myself as I just asked it. But as I just asked it myself. But anyway, y'all remember in the show when Uncle Ruckus tested his DNA?
Oh yeah.
He's like 100. He said it came back 102% African with a 2% margin of error.
This one said he had reverse vitiligo. What is reverse vitiligo? I pour bleach on my body every day and pray to John Wayne.
It's the WB.
So
Mammy.
Hold on, Omar. There's been quite a few of Latino and Hispanic Tio Tomas's Uncle Tom's out there too.
Hey, you're right. I had something to say to one of them. And well, you old punk ass mother who went up there at the Trump rally and tried to support him when you're Puerto Rican out here knowing the way he treats us. You know what? You can kiss my ass. I ain't never supporting your music again. I'm the reggaeton. You can kiss my ass, brother. Someone sent him that.
Ooh, I rock with him too. I got some songs with him. I'm at the, he was big time with the hat on. Same with Daddy Yankee.
MAGA. Yeah, he was MAGA out there at the rally. I was like, really?
Daddy Yankee also. He's one of them.
That's what happens when you make too much money and you forget where you came from, basically.
Really?
Anyways, all right, let's move off of that. And yeah, Derek, you're right. Clever D, your brother came in. Mark Robinson, aka, that's exactly what we're talking about. You already know. That's exactly what we're talking about. Cool. All right, well, let's move it on to another crazy story that came out last week in the sports media. Well, one video came out a while ago, but the most recent one, Shannon Sharpe got into a whole bunch of hot water for a leaked audio sexual encounter with apparently a lady named what was her name, Heather or
Michelle.
something?
Michelle.
It was Michelle. That's right. I'm so mad.
Don't blame the snow bunny.
I'm talking about. I'm so mad that we know the name of his sexual encounter. Anyways, Paul Pierce got really upset about this. Derek, we'll get to that. I completely agree. We'll get to that, but I completely agree.
Get to it.
He knows what he was doing. But Paul Pierce came out and was really upset because he had the IG with these scantily clad dancers about 6 months ago, and he got fired for it. But Shannon Sharpe was back the next day on First Take. I think we all know why. Mar, you haven't talked in a little bit. Hit us off. Let us know what's good.
Hey, there's levels to this, man. And Paul Pierce, you don't move the needle like Shannon.
Right. That's it.
Point blank fair. You don't move the needle like Shannon. Had you been able to move the needle, you might have been safe, but you don't. Matter of fact, you're not even moving the needle on FS1. So,
right.
I mean, bro, that's just facts. A lot of forgiveness and things are given to those who are able to move the needle. And there's slight difference in Paul Pierce's and Shannon's situation. Shannon's, we're just getting audio. Although it's alive, we're just getting audio. We're not getting visual. You were being drunk and you had strippers visually consumed. You were visually intoxicated. I had no problem with the video because I've been in that situation.
I didn't either.
Right.
But you represent a multi-billion-dollar company like Disney.
And like Charlemagne say, niggas will nig.
Yeah. So when you visually get caught in the act on your live and Shannon's is just audio, they're also going to have a little bit of a leeway for that situation. But it all comes down to the point where you are not Shannon Sharpe. You are Paul Pierce. All right. They don't damn about moving on from you. They had no problem moving on for you. Shannon got a little bit of favor when you got your most highly paid employee, and Stephen A. Smith has vouched for him and got him a job. They're going to have a little bit of leeway for Shannon.
That right there, because
Yep.
he makes a lot of damn money, and because that show is the hottest network show on morning television. Clubber D, what do you think about that?
Mar basically hit on the head. I put it like this: when Paul Pierce was starting for the Celtics, and
I love you, Truth. I love you, baby.
Brian Scalabrine. If Paul Pierce showed up late for practice, and Brian Scalabrine showed up late for practice, who's getting in trouble? Scalabrine. Okay, let's not make a wrong and then talk about another person's wrong and get mad that you got disciplined more than him. How about you just don't?
Wow.
Right.
Okay, use your common sense. Stop with the mentality of, oh, well, I messed up. Well, he messed up, but you guys are harder on me. But we both just don't mess up. Use your common sense. Just don't do it. Like, take that mentality away. And also, just to touch on Shannon Sharpe real quick, I agree with Michael Irvin, who's on It Is What It Is with Cam and Mace. You heard the noises. We heard no clapping.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say the same.
He wasn't getting nothing to eat because he was moaning and groaning too.
Right.
So, what was?
It sounded like it just sounded like they both on the mic saying, "Oh, baby,
yes."
You know what I'm saying? It sounded just like that.
Kinda,
even listen to the conversation. It's no distance between the audio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It sounds like they up. It just sounded like they up on the same mic. It just sounded staged, and then it makes you start thinking about going back to, like, you see them all hanging around all these gay guys. You see them. Hey man, and there's no problem with him. There's no problem with that. That's what you want to do. But my thing is, like, I say this about it when it's like you deny it. Be who you gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Stand on that shit, 10 toes down. That's what you are. That's what you are. Especially nowadays. Who cares?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But don't try to front like.
So are you saying, and unsubstantiated, by the way, this is alleged, y'all. Are you saying that this conspiracy theory is just Shannon Sharp purposely releasing this to prove that he's not gay?
I'm saying that it gives it some kind of merit to it. It gives you some kind of pause. It gives you some time to think about.
Hey, dog.
I wonder if sold out. His merchandise sold out, and his dick pill sold out.
Let's be real.
Right.
Sold out.
Right.
Hey, fellas, be real.
Be
real.
Go ahead.
I didn't know he had to.
All I'm saying is, let's be real. All four of us, if that was us.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, we trying to knock the box out the frame.
It'd be more like, bitch, you better take this. You know what I'm saying? It'd be more like that.
There'd be a lot more talking. Some
of these mothers listening are getting flashbacks right now from me right now. They're listening right now. Some of these mothers that are listening, you know what I'm saying? They're getting flashbacks.
You're getting comments now. He ain't lying. He ain't
lying. I remember his beard was small. I sat on his face. You know
what I'm saying? I helped that beard to grow.
Hey, got other people complaining about my snoring. That's the ones.
Hey, we gotta keep it real. We are not Cinemax right at 9 o'clock when they just switched over to the soft joint. No,
right. The old Cinemax.
Hey, I'm talking about we got Tim's on in the fitted. We trying to knock something out.
Right? Yeah, it just don't. It don't
stop
that too.
Like this, hold the shirt up like that.
Right. And on top of that too, you can't tell me a man who does this for a living. What we doing? Don't know how to run IG. Don't understand how IG works.
That's my thing. There ain't no way.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to actually go into the app.
You got all these platforms, and you mean to tell me you don't know how to run IG? And there's no way unless you had the app open, it's just gonna pop on.
You have to go in. You have to hit the plus button. You have to hit live video, and then you gotta start that joint.
You have to accept. There's so much steps to it that just don't make sense. Oh, I accidentally did that. Who the fuck you think?
It made no sense to me because when I take a shower, I like to listen to music, and sometimes the water will splash and hit my phone, and it'll try to stop the music or try and text
go to another screen or something. Yeah.
Or like you're watching YouTube, like, hey, don't order that. But I never went on live. That happened. So it's mad suspect.
Yeah, I'm already red flag when you lie about it from the get go.
And he made money off of well, check these pills. And
It was hacked. It was hacked.
Yeah. First it was hacked. Now
and then he's a healthy, right. And then he's a healthy, active male. Was his excuse to ESPN?
Right.
We all healthy, active males.
Like, bro, man, you getting cheeks? Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Now, that is crazy that y'all said that because when I watched the video, I didn't even think about that. I just figured they were like a missionary or whatever, and they just weren't going too hard at it or whatever. They had almost done.
You gonna hear
he said he had been going for like 25 minutes, but you're completely right. Yeah, you got to hear some clapping. There got to be some kind of some reverberations happening.
And then there was no
master squeak, nothing.
There was no like. What's what I want to say? You know how you get into it, then it go the gets higher and higher. It was none of that.
Yeah.
It stayed one level.
Their breathing was a sequence.
It was.
There was no escalation. It was no escalation. It just stayed all one monotone level. It's like, come on, bro. Come on.
No KC queefs going on, huh?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right, so you know how to take that shot, Mar. You know how to take that shot. Sorry.
Hey yo.
Could still be a blade.
Derek says could still be a blade. Okay. And yes, shout out to Champy tuning in. Canelo's still the face of boxing, league of itself. What do you think, Coverdon?
Absolutely not.
Plain and simple.
He's up there, but fight who you're supposed to fight. Then I'll tell you that. But I respect what he's done in boxing, but no.
And we appreciate you tuning in, brother. Make sure you subscribe at Ball and Buds, I.O.W. Sports Network, at The Bottom Line Sports. Make sure you all subscribe to all those channels. All right.
Right.
Wow, that was a hilarious discussion. I'm so glad we went over that. But yeah, I mean, it seems like a work. in wrestling terms. All right, cool. Let's move on to pop culture. We got a little bit of controversy here. The halftime Super Bowl performer was named for the 2025 Super Bowl. Now, I will note why this is actually a controversy is because where the event is being held, which is in New Orleans. So Kendrick Lamar is going to be the headlining act February 9th, 2025. And he was chosen over one person who came out and expressed how hurt he was over this, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, clearly from the South, a bunch of different rap groups from that area that you could have had a huge compilation event. But the Super Bowl doesn't normally worry about that sort of thing, even though they did have the West Coast one a few years ago. Whoever wants to start this off, how do we feel about the choice? And does Wayne have any complaint in this matter?
I'll kick it off.
Go ahead.
Look, man, I've seen the Lil Wayne performance before live. I've also seen him perform on various other events live. I mean, he's pretty much standing there with a mic in his hand, and we're doing karaoke.
Talk to me.
All right. When we're talking about a Super Bowl, this is a spectacle. This is supposed to be something that's entertaining. There is nothing entertaining about being at a karaoke session with Lil Wayne. All right. I'm just being honest. And that's coming from me, who's a big Wayne fan. And, you know, when I went to WrestleMania, he came out and let Jey Uso out to the ring.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty bad when he did a Millie. Look, Kendrick's going to give you the showmanship part of being part of a Super Bowl.
Boom.
Right. All right. That's what it's about. Look, and we got to remember, not only with the partnership with Rock Nation and Jay-Z, but the host cities get final say on who's performing. So obviously, you know,
that's a big indictment. Yeah.
Your city is like, we don't want this nigga either.
Exactly. That's something about the host city not wanting you there. I'm not saying him as a guest appearance, you know, like they did in other Super Bowls, is totally fine. If you want to pay homage to New Orleans, that's fine. But if we're talking about main attraction of the person that's supposed to be the main entertainer for the Super Bowl, I have no issues with it. It is what it is. Name another person that's hotter than Kendrick Lamar in the music business right now. I mean, come on now. What are we talking about?
That's one of the things that was said. It's like, okay, well, he's the one that has all the hit songs out, getting, demolishing.
They still playing Not Like Us, man. Every time I go down on the street, we hear Not Like Us. So
they play that shit here in Nashville. In Country Music Town, they play that. So it's like,
it's hard to name another this song that's so popular. It's hard to name another. Ether was popular, but I didn't hear it in clubs. I could hear.
Yeah, you hear it Not Like Us everywhere.
Oh, the HBCUs ain't even got a hold of Not Like Us.
Yes.
They get a hold of that. Wait till they get a hold of that joint. Dog, it's going to be something crazy, dog.
I would say this.
I like that.
I would say this. I think there's a lot of moving parts to this. I mean, if you look at it from a standpoint of, okay, if I bring out Lil Wayne, right? Well, let me back up. The Super Bowl in LA set a precedence when they did. You know, they brought out everybody from the West Coast.
Dr. Dre, Eminem,
So then when Usher, he brought all Atlanta artists out there. So it still kind of followed that precedence, even though they wasn't in Atlanta, but he still brought out Atlanta artists. You know, so then people think it's going to follow suit. Okay, now we're going to New Orleans. Let's get Wayne, Cash Money. Let's get No Limit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of bring. But then you got to look at the other side of that. Okay, are they going to draw people in? Who wants to see that? I mean, you know, so you got to think about that part. Then you got to think, okay, then some people might say, well, you can still do Kendrick and Kendrick invite Wayne. Then what do you do about Drake? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got all those moving parts. So then the bottom line is, as an executive, as someone as a businessman, I got to think, what's my best option? Kendrick Lamar. He's hot right now. He has the showmanship. You know, he has all the things that to me is better business decision. And I understand Wayne being upset because it's from a city, you know what I'm saying? But at this time, and then I can do it. It's not the best decision, because if I bring you out, then you want to bring the rest of your crew. Well, Drake's part of that. What we do with that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all are boys, right? Yeah.
Right. So
Wayne don't even support the New Orleans team and the Saints. He's a Packers fan. What are we
Right.
talking?
And he's a Packers fan.
Really?
Right.
But he's from the area though. But he's from the area, right?
But he don't represent. Well, I would
Like
say
you
this.
would think you put together like No Limit Soldiers and Silk the Shocker, my boy. You know, get him out there doing.
Right.
He dated Maya too. Why?
You know, I love Silk
Yeah.
the Shocker.
Yeah.
Look,
Worst rapper ever.
I have no problem. I have no problem if they bring out No Limit and Cash Money, but that only attracts us.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
all four of us are fans of No Limit and Cash Money.
attracts white, black. He goes all
Yeah,
he spans all the different demographics.
Exactly. He transcends so many demographics because so many people listen to his music.
Right.
That's how you attract more than one viewership demographic, putting Kendrick on there. And that's what the NFL is all about. They're trying to get as much viewership from demographics, not just
I will say this.
Go ahead, Clover.
You guys are missing one thing in this whole equation.
Mm-hmm.
Chestnut checkers. Remember when Jay-Z, Drake, Lil Wayne, Baby were all sneak dissing and kidnapped the baby, and then Jay-Z was like, kidnapped the baby. Y'all ain't got my baby's money.
Right.
Who's in charge now? Okay.
Right.
So you think your black ass is gonna come up here and perform in New Orleans? No. You're one like Mel, like you guys said, his performances aren't that great. Like he's been in and out of rehab. He's not there all the way. Sometimes.
He looks sick too, man.
He does. So you gotta have somebody to represent, you know, and he doesn't look like one of the right folks. Okay. He looks like one of the folks that should be in the crowd looking in. All right.
Right.
We can't have Susie from going to Wegmans or eating at Coney Islands to see Lil Wayne performing when they rather have Kendrick, who they're probably familiar or their daughter's familiar with them. So that's my take on it.
Fair point. That's a fair point.
Chestnut checkers. You want to talk junk? Look at you now.
Right.
As somebody put on Twitter, he has the availability, the superstars, global, as y'all said, mainstream kind of reach. He's an incredible live performer, like you mentioned, Mar, right? Versus Wayne, who isn't. And he has new music coming out. So it's like, you know, they try to like pair them when they got people that their new album or they're back on tour or something like that. So those were a lot of reasons that they did that. Now, and Mar, I must admit, and Clubber D already knows this, and most people that know my musical taste, I do not like much down south music at all. Aside from Outkast and Goody Mob and maybe just that Dungeon Family crew, I do not like Lil Wayne's music.
Like old school stuff. I like old school, like Ghetto Boy and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like Ghetto Boy. Yeah.
I would go down that far, but
Killer Mike's my guy.
Killer Mike.
Scarface, one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Me too.
Oh, love Scarface. Love
UGK.
Scarface.
Yeah, UGK.
I should have said the newer South stuff. Sorry, I should have said.
Here's my thing. My take on my personal take on Lil Wayne. I like a few. I hear some songs he make I like, but as far as calling me a fan, I can't never say I'm a fan of Lil Wayne. You know, that's me personally. But I mean, I'm a minority. I don't really care for Jay-Z like that. So.
And well, the people I hear that argue with me are like, "Oh, he's a lyricist." I'm like, he's not really that great of a lyricist.
I need subtitles when that nigga's rapping.
Is he a lyricist when Gilly's writing for him or not? Like, come on, like it depends who's writing for him. No, Gilly wrote all that stuff, man. Get out, go sit in the corner, man. Stop.
That's fire. Yes, we're gonna end on that note because that is beautiful.
It's true.
Give Gilly his foul.
Yeah, it's a proven fact.
Hey, Gilly wrote a lot for a lot of people that owe that man some. He shouldn't be living how he's living with as much as he's written. Let's just say that bars.
That was good.
Gilly ain't hurting, but he should have a lot more than what he got.
More is one thing.
Omar, I want to answer this question by Angel Hall.
Yeah, no, that's what I wanted to do too. Yeah, let's go to it. Yeah. So Angel Hall, shout out, thank you for watching.
Appreciate you.
The daughters on Good Times.
Yeah, so she has Foxy Brown versus Bernadette Stannis, and that was the daughter on Good Times.
She's still fine today.
She says beauty.
But Pam Grier is
Pam Grier.
motherfucker.
What was her name? Thelma, right?
Thelma, yeah.
Okay, so this is how I'm gonna break it down. As a youth, okay, Foxy Brown was more in the 70s, but I still my dad watched that stuff. Yeah. Foxy Brown was that grown woman that I wanted.
Oh yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
got you.
Like,
Yeah, okay.
I drink her bathwater, even when she did the moves with Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
I drink her bathwater. To this day, if I saw her,
Yeah.
I might kiss a bunion. But now coming home from school, watching What's Happening, Good Times, and all that stuff, Thelma was it for me. Okay?
Yeah, I get that.
Topanga was later, but Thelma was it for me.
Ooh, he brought Topanga.
Trust me, I tore my pillow up thinking about.
Hey,
Thelma
man, I like
back in the day.
Topanga. Topanga was exotic. I mean, that's like that. That's an exotic white girl right there, boy. Oh.
Yeah, trust me, my pillow got.
I bet Boy Meets World at TV like this. Is that nipples he's showing?
Topanga, Thelma, Jessica Rabbit. The pillow got.
Oh,
Jessica
shit.
Rabbit. Jessica Rabbit was fine as
My
shit.
walls are painted.
Oh man. Sticky sock. What is that?
Sock, towels, pillows, doorknobs, everything was sticky.
Oh,
That's just a candy patch you walk in my room.
man, what the hell was you doing? Was you just
Slanging that shit. Like
Right, what was you doing? Right. What was you doing?
Just letting it
Pam
go.
Grier, she's like that white police. I don't know what she was at police academy, where she used to hold the other dude after PT or whatever, and like that's what Pam Grier. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Oh,
back
oh,
then,
oh, you're talking. Okay.
back in police academy movies back in the day.
Yeah. I forgot her name, but I know you're talking about. Yeah.
So is that your choice then? You're going with Pam Grier?
Oh, that's
nah. This is a tough one, bro.
it's tough. That's tough.
Lamar, let us know what you're thinking.
Go ahead, Lamar.
Yeah,
dog, this is the joint that you just call heads or tail and let fate call what it is, because
Right, you can't go either way.
one of them.
man, John. What up, John?
You
Shout out, bud.
Hey, there's no loss in none of this. So you just heads or tails.
Yeah.
Let fate call what it is, because at the end of the day, as long as you get it, get you some of that Michelle, you win, bro. I don't think it matters.
Hey man, I like my man. What's up, man? For the awesome force, and be like, Thelma.
I just pictured Michael coming in and telling being a snitch, kind of walking. You would tell him, or Bookman walking up in there. What y'all doing in here? I'm telling. I jumped out the window. James came home. Boy, he came home by crying.
I'm like Bernie Mac, oh faggot ass Michael.
Hey, but ain't nothing messing up the groove. Hey, if you walk in, you don't see a whole bunch of slapping. I ain't stopping. Shit.
Oh man.
Oh, that's great.
Shout out to Angel. That's an amazing question.
Good question.
Bunch of degenerates.
What's your answer though, Mel? What's your answer?
I'm like Clubber D, man. Like young Thelma, when you coming home, that was the shit. Got on tight bell bottoms, ass popping, low cut shirt on, titties popping out.
Bell bottoms, yeah.
Yep.
I was like good times like this.
You know what, Mel? Think about it. I'm going with Thelma because when we came home watching that on TV, you either had Thelma or you had Shirley. So
Thelma was the choice.
I'm gonna go with Thelma because you know what's happening. You had Shirley.
Shirley was cooking my dinner. I thought I was fucking Thelma.
Janet Jackson was with or D, whatever the little girl. But
Janet Jackson was too young then.
She was too young.
Yeah, she was too young then. But I mean, I'm like you. Foxy Brown was like you saw the reruns of it. You didn't, what I'm saying? So it was more of my parents. More of my parents' era. I mean, I thought she was a nice looking woman, but she was a grown woman. For us, Thelma was more relatable because she was close to our age.
Foxy holds you for detention. That's like detention.
Yeah, right. That's that fantasy.
Yeah.
I won't give me an older woman type thing, but Thelma was more attainable, for lack of better words. You know what I mean? It's more in your mind. He close to your age.
That was, man, out kicking y'all coverage, y'all ugly bastards. Y'all ain't getting no damn Thelma.
Hey, what if you were on the couch with her and James came in? What do you do? Like, I jump out the
window. No, I'm running. I'm going.
Hey man, look, it depends on what am I getting ready to bust? I'm gonna have to bust first.
Nah. I'm with Mel. You take that punishment, bro.
I'm taking that punishment. I'm getting ready. I'm close to like getting ready to bust one.
I mean,
Yeah.
He
that's
never
what
came home
that's
happy,
what
though. He
Apollo.
never came
That's
home
what
happy.
right. That's some
Right.
Apollo Creed type
Right.
punishment. You about to get that
Well,
work.
that hairline was way at that point. That
Right.
had a nap in the hairline.
Nah, for real. You gotta take you gotta go ahead and have that pleasure. Take that pain. It's all good, man.
I'm like, hold on, James. I'm almost there. Hold on.
What about Shirley or Thelma's
D?
mom?
Neither.
I'm good.
You be fucking her. You be fucking Florida. She be like, damn.
Don't talk about fun like that.
If I can't have Thelma, then what we talking about? If I can't have Thelma, what we talking about?
I was like, I'm gonna fuck your hairline straight.
That's why we're doing that damn overtime. I got cold in that. Let me stop. Y'all killing me.
Wow, man.
I have to say that I agree completely because with everything y'all said. First of all, Pam Grier, a little older than us, right? But fine, thick,
Fine.
right?
Fine.
Something you're like, oh man, I want that in the future, right? Because again, we were younger. So I want something like that in the future.
Right.
But you're right. Thelma was younger. She was natural beauty, right?
Mhm.
No makeup, just looked good. Had like you said, the bell bottoms, the lace shirt, and she was the girl next door. Sort of that you wanna get with. So I agree.
Tear my pillow up. Boy, my brother's stupid.
That field goal, man.
Stupid, Derek.
I can't. Oh man, that was a great question. Thank you, Angel Hall, for tuning in. We really appreciate it.
Y'all got it on that one.
Yeah, thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe at Ball and Buds, at I.O.W. Sports, at The Bottom Line Sports. We got two more quick topics, and we'll be out of here before the game is on. Diddy was denied bail. So I'm only updating this story because obviously we were all on the last time we talked about this. He went up, he offered the judge $50 million and offered the condition that no women would be allowed at his house unless they were related to him. And the judge still turned all of that down. So whoever wants to start off here, what are our thoughts on Diddy spending the rest of his time in jail?
He made his bed, man. Look. And when you like they said, he was known for intimidating witnesses, paying off witnesses and stuff like that, and not giving you bail. And then when you had a chance, each time they gave him a chance, and each time he got caught or something, they gave him a chance, he still went back and did the same behavior. So they looking at that kind of stuff, and they like, why should we give you bail? You proven that you're not gonna do what you're supposed to do. We're gonna keep you locked up, or we're not. You can't do anything else wrong. So he should know he wasn't getting bail. Then they complain about, oh my God.
$1 million is a lot of money, though.
He's like, oh my God, he has bad living conditions. Motherfucker, you in jail.
Yo, when I was watching the news, and when they said that, they were like, it was Donald Trump's former lawyer or whatever. He was like, he's gonna be living in despicable conditions. I'm like, yo, he has traumatized thousands of people.
Look, I was locked up one time in Elmhurst, which is I think it's the 7th precinct in Detroit. Terrible jail. Terrible. I mean, you see the rats in the back. It's got the little slab and the toilet right there. It's dark. It's like the one light down the hall is darker the whole thing. I'm saying my thing is it's a jail, nigga. What you think you're gonna be at?
Right.
You know
Every jail is bad.
And
right?
they gave you the bologna sandwich with 2 pieces of bread. That was it.
Right. That's all you get. You get the apple cup.
Mean, what you thought you gonna get?
Water,
steak,
juice pack. That's it.
That in Norfolk, when I was down in Norfolk, got the same thing.
You better make some burritos.
So it's like, come on, man.
You better make some packed burritos, some ramen burritos.
Really?
I couldn't believe that when they said that. I had the audacity to feel bad for him. I'm like, Mar, I saw you laughing about that. The audacity that they would feel bad for this character. What do you think?
How do you feel bad for a piece of shit that's made a lot of people's lives hell? How? Hey man, Mel said it. You made your bed, you lie in it. You've been a disgusting pervert for a minute. Obviously a lot of stuff was rumors, but now some of this stuff's coming to light, dog. Everything you do in the dark comes to light, bro.
Dog, you come on the roof, baby.
Hey. Hey, Cat Williams told us early 2024.
He said all this gonna happen.
He said all this was gonna happen. Y'all paid attention. He called it. It's happening.
Mhm.
It is what it is. You gotta pay, dog. It is what it is.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing, Lamar, too. And this is how I think.
Mm-hmm.
If I see they got Weinstein, if I see they got Epstein,
What made you think they weren't gonna get you?
I'm a black man.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm thinking I'm about to stop doing everything I'm doing. Well, I'm going away somewhere they don't expedite. One or two.
Protection. You damn
You know what I'm
straight.
saying? It's one of those two things that's gonna happen.
You got to understand.
Clever, you said something similar last time, right? You said something
Right,
similar.
well,
to that.
you look at it like this: J-Lo has evaded the wall, okay?
Yep.
Because she's getting somebody her level or whatever.
Mhm.
And Puffy has always evaded his Negro wake up call.
Yeah.
When that Cassie video came out, because
That was
R.
a
Kelly said in jail, he said until they put the cuffs on him, he's fine. When that Cassie video came out, that's over. Is it? It's all hearsay. It's all,
Right.
either this, maybe yes, no. When we got footage of him doing that to that young lady, oh no, it's a wrap. They're gonna get him sooner or later. Sooner or later, it was it.
This motherfucker recorded half the shit, so he got tapes of it. So he got his
yeah.
own
Yeah,
evidence.
like, how dumb are you? You're recording all of your illegal actions. I don't understand what we're doing here.
When
Like,
you
and
think
you
you're
know
bigger
you
than a
can
man,
get caught.
Right.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly right. Yep.
mm-hmm.
Damn. Any other thoughts on that before we move on to the last topic of the day, gentlemen? He doesn't deserve any more of our time, anyways.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill. This is the big topic that we need to talk about. Obviously, this happened last week. Tyreek Hill was detained by the police. No need to show the video. Everybody has seen it. He was pulled out of the car by Danny Torres, an officer of 27 years on the force. I will get into a little bit more of his past in a second.
I looked down. What I missed?
That's wild, bro.
Wow.
Stupid, John, you stupid.
Hey,
John, you are stupid.
Puff might like it though.
That's the homie right there.
That's the thing.
Puff might like it though. So he might.
I mean, if you're
Then he might
perverted,
say, I'm home.
I'm home. Very nice.
Right.
if you're
Y'all can't run. Y'all stuck here too.
Right.
Yo, there was a TikTok video I seen, and it was some guy in Puffy's house, in Puffy's house, and he was like, "Yo, Puff, where's the cups at?" And he goes to the cabinet,
down,
and it's full of baby oil, just baby oil, just bottles of baby oil, just lined up.
They're killing them online, man. I mean, just seeing so many memes and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh my god, they online be tripping. But go ahead.
No, you good. That's great. All right. So, anyways, he was detained, and taken out of the car by Officer Danny Torres, 27 years on the force. Took him out of the car, forcibly removed him. Now, we will say this was after he had asked Tyreek Hill to roll down his window. Tyreek Hill did not comply, and it took a little bit of time before finally he rolled down the window. He pulled him out the car, threw him on the ground, knee in the back, all that bad stuff. I don't know why I would say good stuff. All that stuff. Then they sat him up, and then after that, tackled him again to the ground. All of this over an alleged speeding, which, by the way, was rumored to be over 100 miles an hour. Was later found out to be 60. You know how many people I see on South Beach speeding at 60 miles an hour?
Right.
A lot of people, all the time,
Yeah,
all the time. Now he is in a nice car, a $250,000 Maserati. Really, what I want to ask, because we all know where most people stand. You're on the side where you're on the anti kind of Collar Kaepernick route, where you're going to say, well, he deserved it because he didn't comply. And then you've got the other side, which is he didn't deserve any of that, no matter if he did comply, because that the whatever he was being charged for didn't bring it to that level. There's the other people in the middle that see both sides and then try to inject Scotty Scheffler, the golfer who was arrested and taken in for a few hours at the U.S. Open, which you'll get my opinion on that in a second, but that's another part of the story. So whoever wants to kick us off first, you're welcome to go. What are your thoughts on this, and how do you feel about the situation, about how people are talking about it from both different sides?
I mean, I went through a up and down thing for me. I don't know if y'all know, I used to work in law enforcement. So I looked at it from one way, and then I watched this one YouTube from a lawyer standpoint. And I say, you know what? I didn't even look at it like that either. So now I kind of fall on the sides. I mean, I did say from the get-go that the officer was excessive. It didn't take all that, but the one thing that my mind changed on was the window roll down thing. So basically, like the lawyer said, even if he cracked his window, it's still in compliance as far as the law goes, because he didn't say how far he needs to roll it down. Well, he said you roll your window down. So if he cracked it and handed him the license, he's in compliance. You know, as far as the law is, you know, we can see it from a different standpoint, as far as like our moral standards and all that kind of stuff, and you know, our own opinions. But as far as the law goes, once that window goes down, because all he said was, "Oh, where you want to hand me a license?" He didn't say roll all the way down, none of that. So he was in compliance.
I've known plenty of people that have used that law and they only roll their window down a little bit and hand their ID out of there, and that's
right.
It. And then
Right.
keep moving.
So yeah. Then you add on top of it, later you find out that this officer has done this conduct before.
Conduct.
It's not. It's just not his first time. He has a history.
So let me update this real quick. So he has on record at least 6 suspensions. 4 of them are just for a few days. One was a 10-day suspension, and one was a 20-day suspension. All for forcible actions, all for abusive actions.
Yeah, he still has a job.
Go ahead, keep going.
And this is the issue I have with that too. I can't remember what's that officer that ended up killing somebody, but he kept going from department to department.
Yeah, I read that story. I read that story.
Yeah, right. So my thing is, yeah, you're right. That's what it was. So my thing is, why do we have to keep going through this where you have an officer going from department to department or incident to incident, and then until someone gets killed, then all of a sudden, let's take action. You had a chance to take action a long time ago when they showed you who they were. And the crazy thing, when you go through hiring, you go through this rigorous thing. First, you take a written test. Then you gotta go through this review board. You go through all this other thing. You do something. No, down here they still do lie detector test, which is crazy as hell. But you go through. Yeah, they still do that down here, but up north they don't really do that. But you go through all this process. You go through a psychovalve, all that stuff, and you still got crazy people on the force.
Yeah, that's wild.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It's crazy to me, man. How you still have these people still passing your rigorous tests in quotation marks, and they still out here on the force, not seem to be sane, but they went through a psychovalve. It make sense to me.
It doesn't really make sense because you're right. How they still pass these evals. And again, look, I passed when I went into the military and got my clearance. I passed one of those the test that the lie detector test, whatever.
Yeah, I passed all that. Yeah, I've been through
it.
Yeah,
look, there are ways to get around those sorts of things. There are ways to intervene those sorts of things. But the fact is that most people who turn, let me take that back before I get us canceled. Some of these police officers that end up being abusive in power are people that were bullied or abused earlier in their life, and now they want to go and take it out on people. And when you're in the police force, you have that power, because when you pull somebody over, ostensibly, you're basically God in that situation as a police officer, because you have all the power.
Here's another point I want to make too, because you said it made me think about this. There's another part to this. So when you go through, you're in law enforcement and you see things over and over again, there's no decompression that they give you. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it yourself, but there's no, and I'm gonna give you a good example. So I worked in the school police department when I was in Detroit. And anybody know about Detroit is mostly black. And before I went into work that job, I'm pro-black, everything, blah, blah, blah. When I got to that job, I hated kids. You know what I'm saying? I had a disdain for kids, especially black kids. And it took for me to get out of that decompress and realize, because there's no way of decompression while you in that job. You get this mindset, and it's not like you don't see them as one of us. You see us against them, or them as the other.
Got
You
it.
know, so that's when I brought that point up for two reasons. One is that the police department needs to do a lot of rehauling in the way they do things.
That.
You know what I'm saying? You know, for the officer's sake and for the public's sake. And it's another thing I brought up because people say, well, it can't be racist because it was a black cop or it was okay. They don't understand is that, but they don't understand the fact is they don't see you as black. They don't see you as Latino. They just see you as the other because they've been in that job for so long and they have no way of decompressing and getting that out of their mind. And cause who you gonna talk to? You can't come home and talk to your mate or nothing like that. You don't. You fellow officers, y'all don't really talk about it from that level. You know, and then they tell you
too.
Right, it's a brotherhood, and they don't encourage you to go see the therapist,
psychiatrist, or
unless you have a shooting or something like that. But it's not like encouraging you to go see the therapist on a daily basis so you can decompress. None of that is encouraged. So you internalize a lot of stuff, and when you out here on the streets, it's us against them. And really, if you really break it down percentage wise, the people who do bad things is the 1 or 2%. You know, because we see on the news and we look like we think everybody's doing. It's only 1 or 2%. So majority of people you pulling over are good citizens.
Right. Yeah, I mean, in society in general, I like to believe that the majority of people, at least, are good-hearted and wouldn't do things that would affect other people, you know, at least directly. But cops do have that power, and they are. You're right in the fact that they have these things that they deal with that they're not able to vent. They're not able to get these things out of their system. And even though that may be true, I mean, I worked Intel. I couldn't tell nobody about my job or what I did. Things like that. It's like, okay, you can't use that as an excuse for bad behavior, though.
Yeah, and I wasn't.
No. I know. I'm glad you brought that up, but I'm just saying for them, like, yeah, you may not be able to see a therapist, but you still got to do your job to protect and serve. And the problem that I've always seen in my life is that police serve more than they protect. Clubber D-Bar, what do y'all want?
Nah, I'm gonna keep it short. You know, I've had me and Mel had the conversation on I.O.W Sports about it. I've had conversations with Clubber D and you, Omar, off camera.
Offline?
Yeah, offline. Look, Tyreek, he could have handled the situation a lot better. That's the part of the situation he needs to own. You know, I certainly wouldn't have behaved that way dealing with the cops. That's just me because I know the rules. I know the regulations. Well, okay, I know the unwritten rules and regulations.
Right.
Let's specify. All right. I wouldn't have done that. So I think Tyreek could have handled the situation, but let's make it known that it doesn't justify the behavior of the cop. You're supposed to decompress the situation. You're supposed to de-escalate.
Right.
And here's my thing, if you can't stop, think, and handle a situation in a calm manner, you do not need to be a cop.
There you go.
So I mean that's just where I'm at with this situation. Both parties should have handled the situation better than what it was. That's just where I'm at. Tyreek definitely could have handled the situation better, but this guy with a history of force, you know, you can't be on the job still excessively forcing people into those type of positions. So there's some things.
I don't know what job you can get suspended in 6 times and still keep your damn job. Because I've been fired for a whole lot less before.
A whole lot less.
I called a girl a bitch at a lunch shift one time and got fired for it.
No, I can't say that. When I go out with a bang. Lamar tell you.
You're cool.
Lamar tell you. When I get fired for a reason. I go out with a bang.
I'm saying, but still, people get fired for way less than 6 suspensions.
True.
And taking out your aggressiveness on people.
Well, it depends. I would say it depends on like the police force if they're lacking people. You know what I'm saying? They can't get rid of officer. The background on this dude, he is a part of a motorcycle gang. I forgot the name of the gang he's part of.
Oh shit! Hear that.
So one issue, I have 2 issues with this. I'll keep it pretty brief. A lot of people are doing their own narratives and talking through emojis. We're not really saying stuff, you know.
Right.
But the thing I didn't like about this, Omar, you missed it. Come on, Omar. There we go. There it is. But
I was looking at the comments.
So Tyreek could have done better, and the cop could have done better. All right. I listened to Marcellus Wiley break this whole thing down, even with all the rules and regulations in Florida. If you are stopped and they tell you to roll your window down, you have to roll it down because that's the official stop. Right. The cop did tell him before he pulled over, I'm stopping you. So he could have rolled the window down. Cop didn't have to bang on it. He was complying with you. Now, when the cop told him to do something, Tyreek, I'm on the phone with this guy. I'm on the phone with Drew. This ain't time for you to do all that stuff. All right. It's not, you're not on their time. Okay. You can't just do what you want. You're not on your time. Right. Now, the cop was mad aggressive. The other cop who had the cam, he was more calm. He was more calm. He was trying to dealt with. Trying to de-escalate, not the other cop. Now, there needs to be a fine line in that. Don't get me wrong, because if they pull you over to tell you what they're pulling you over for, that's not for you to be like, well, I want to do this. No. Shut the fuck up and do what they tell you to do, because it can turn into something where you might not go home from. Okay.
Right.
I will always be for a person of color or a person of non-color. If you get stopped by the cops, don't fight them, because I'd rather you fight it in court than your loved ones fighting it for you while you're dead. That's just my philosophy and all that stuff.
Good point.
It's you're not going to win on the scene. You're not going to win. So, I say this, but if I'm in that situation, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I will hopefully I have the sense to not really go combat the cop unless he's overly provoking me. And that guy was provoking Tyreek Hill. He was doing that, but he was giving him chances to do it. Like, sit down. Oh, I surgery my knee. You're about to play an NFL game. You just said, you know who I am. Like, it's just like, come on, bro. Like, it's every time I give him an inch, I got to take it away. Calais Campbell, when he got put in cuffs, the cop was like, you can't park in the middle of the road. Okay. And Calais was like, okay, which cop am I talking to? Another guy, the aggressive one, was like, you're dealing with me. License and registrations. And then he turns to the other guy. Don't do that. The guy's already on a level 10. He already wants to take you to jail. So don't move your car or get arrested. Like, I don't know. I just don't like arguing with the cops because they always can win in that situation. I'd rather them being overly aggressive to where I am going to take your ass to court. But I'd rather them live and not get arrested than, what I'm saying. You got to suck it up. Let them talk to you any which way. It is what it is. But, fight it later. That's but I think it's both of them faults, summing it all up.
Yeah. There's definitely faults in both sides involved. They both could have handled the situation better. I was just stated so eloquently by Clubber D. I've been pulled over way too many times I can't even count in my life, and because I was a horrible driver. And some of the times the cops really fucked with me. There's been times I've been pulled out of the car like that, and there were times that I was complying, and there were times that I was not complying. I'm not Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill had a little bit of an ego to him. He's going to the game. He's high on himself. Cool, right? You kind of want to, do what you do. At the same time, all that being said and done, first of all, the charge does not warrant anything that would involve excessive force. And the fact is that you opened the door and didn't even give him a chance to get out before you started pulling him and throwing him to the ground, which again is just excessive and unnecessary in the situation because he posed no threat. Now, when the window was down, sure. When the window was up, sure. You don't know. Maybe he has a gun. You don't know what kind of threat he poses. But when you already have your arms on him and you're forcibly putting him to the ground, and then when he's in handcuffs behind his back and you tackle him, like, what is that nonsense? What are we doing here? What is that bullshit? My man can't even do anything. He has his hands behind his back.
Yeah, you already got detained.
Right, you already got detained.
He wasn't listening, though. He wasn't listening. He wanted to say, oh, this hurts, that hurts. They tell you to get down. Get down. Just stop.
No,
it's not your time to negotiate. Just get down.
I get it. Yeah, and
I hate sounding like that, but you're gonna get put down. They're not gonna give you a chance. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fine. He shouldn't have been trying to negotiate, but at this point, he was already on the ground sitting down, and he got tackled. Like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. So, and again, I've been in this situation. I was going to tell this story about one time me and Clubber D, went out. I went to sleep in the car. They pulled me out of the car in the middle of the parking lot at a bar, and I left my keys inside with the group because I didn't want to get a DUI or anything. They pulled me out and essentially did the same thing to me because they were just looking for people in every car, trying to find someone who was drunk. And they arrested me for it and took me to jail for it. Now, before we get out of here, one thing I do want to say is that I don't believe this is anything like the Scotty Scheffler situation. Yeah, he got taken to jail. Yeah, he got booked, had to stay there for a couple hours and been taken out. But to me, being thrown down on the ground in front of the public and being assaulted and harassed like that, to me, is more embarrassing and hurtful than just taking me and booking me at the station and then releasing me.
Mm-hmm.
How do y'all feel about that?
They're opposing their will. They're just trying to oppose their will, saying we're this, we're that. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't. When the cops, I'm saying this because I know a couple cops and I've heard their side of the things, and they're the ones I know are decent cops. I don't think they're bad, but it's just that say if you're working 6-hour, 7-hour shift and you stop somebody and they're giving you every excuse in the world not to get out the car, we're like, no, get out the car. I don't want to hear all that. Get out. Sit down. That is sometimes they don't want to hear all that stuff, but it is what it is.
Well, hey, that was a great conversation. I mean, we touched on a whole bunch of topics today. We cracked up a little bit. We had some down moments where we got serious, but we really appreciate everybody tuning in. Amazing episode as always. Ball and Buds, I.O.W. Sports. Make sure you're subscribing at all of it. Next week, we'll have another Mind of the Professor. I'll be on next Wednesday at 8 p.m. with my show. And then the following week, Clubber D will have his combat sports special. Or actually 2 weeks from now, the boxing edition for the Better Biev versus Bevo fight. So we'll be partnering with Skywalker Boxing Media. Shout out to them, and 86 Boxing as well. Papi Chunyeo, shout out to all of them. My friend Mel from I.O.W. Sports, please plug everything you want to plug for you and Mar, who had to leave us early because he has another show because he's a Jamaican.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, so Lamar, you can check him and I out at I.O.W. Sports. We go live every Monday and Thursday, 5 o'clock-ish, CPT time.
Maybe CBT time. It'd be about 5-10 minutes late. Don't worry.
we in that ballpark. And then you can check you check out the radio station. We got Greenwater Network. You go down to your app store, Android, iOS store. If you like great music or you just like listen to different shows, different podcasts, check us out, man. I think you won't be disappointed. If you like music, you will love the station. O's been on there. We got live DJs. We got some everything, some for everybody.
Nice.
So check us out.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I was blessed to let that Mel let me come on and do a DJ set. I did my favorite hip hop classics for an hour and a half, so you can hear that on there whenever he throws it up. I'm gonna do another set soon, but it's very fun to do that. A lot of fun just to hang out and listen to your best music. But that being said, Clubber D, go ahead and sign us off and tell everybody where they can find you on that TikTok.
Yeah, Clubber.D on TikTok. Clubber with 2 B's, CLUBBER.D. Okay, I'm gonna post some more videos. I'm working on a Clarissa Shields video, short for her. I'm gonna do a couple other ones. I need to start doing some UFCs. I'll take any suggestions from the crowd. But having fun on TikTok, and also Ball and Buds. Get us on Instagram or my page Dion703. I'll probably make a Clubber D page on Instagram pretty soon. But shout out to my man Tim Skywalker Boxing and also Josh and Papi Chunyeo from 86 Boxing. I've been linking up with them lately, so we're having fun. Omar was a correspondent at the local country box down in Nashville, meeting the legend Christy Martin, meeting Albert Hainsworth, interviewing all the other fighters, talking to the bands. We're gonna rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, on that note, I got nothing else to say but subscribe at Ball and Buds for all of the fun. We out.
Peace.
Peace with the millions.
It's that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist. Yo, I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat on beat flow. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated. Folks, get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe-to-toe, release the flow created by this mic pro. Lights, camera, get low. Action packed, back to back. In fact, this monster will grow. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan, and you have no need to know. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.